You're listening to the Mobcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life.
We're welcoming.
Good God, it's like I'm awake.
Are you awake now?
Yes, I'm awake.
Damn, thank goodness.
Yes.
Yes.
I would hope it's late.
It is late. We're recording late on a Saturday. I was painting, so.
I was putting together a Gundam, my first Gundam ever.
Yeah, he was being responsible for watching his children.
Well,
I was too.
And yeah, that's true. You were. I was. It was weird because I was putting together a gun.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, totally. Sad Price is right. Me right on out of the building, folks. Yep, I'm pooping it.
It's what a Gungam would be. Be like a robot Jar Jar? Like
A gun.
Say it 3 times, first of all, before we talk about it.
Style.
Gangnam style.
Gangnam style.
Gingham wearing gingham?
Yeah, you know the song?
Yeah, Gangnam style.
Gungan style,
Gungan
though.
style.
Gangnam.
Gungam?
No, but. Can we just call the episode that?
Wearing gingham in Gungan cosplay.
Yes, I would be all into that.
in a Gundam suit.
Boss Nats. I can't. I'm trying to, what's the other? I can't even.
I have pen. That's the other one I think of when I see somebody dancing like a moron.
I'm trying to think of the.
I have a pen. I have an apple.
I'm trying to think of the other
Apple
Gunga. There's
pen.
one. I can't. Tarples.
Tarples. Captain Tarples.
Captain Tarples.
But don't
The problem is like.
He's like these. Like, he's got. What's with the clicking?
Well, it's set up from Attack of the Clones later on.
I'm pretty. Never mind.
Use a have a boomer. What's a boomer? Transport. Who does
Yeah.
You have to go through the planet.
The
core.
bongo. That's the bongo.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've seen it. You have to go through the planet core. It's like, well, that there's not another way.
No. You have to go through.
I mean, I could just go up.
Yeah, I don't.
We swam down here. I just, nope. Got to go through the planet core.
When in what was the name of that place?
Naboo.
No, when in like Gungam City. You got me jacked up. I can't say them now. when in a Gundam suit underwater, you go through the planet
God
because
damn it,
then
you
big
can do
fish.
this.
God damn. That's what I'm naming this episode. Gun damn it. Jar Jar there.
The OPC killer and the other.
There's always a bigger fish.
Always a bigger fish.
Yep.
But I like the fact that Star Wars physics means there's no pressure that down far underwater.
And also,
or whatever order that sentence was supposed to be in.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they were actually in the planet core.
That's how you get to China, right? Like, don't you just go
Yeah,
jump
you
in the
dig a
water
hole
and like
and you swim?
hold your nose and poot and just drop.
Get flushed right on down.
Just flush right through.
It didn't
If
have
you
that-
flush the toilet 3 times in a row, that's what happens. You go to China.
Was that how- didn't
I
know
feel
how they
really
did
bad
that?
for China then. My
Yeah.
bad, y'all.
That's Super Mario physics.
I thought that's how they did it in like Total Recall, the last remake.
I didn't watch that more than one time. Went, oh.
Like
There
this
was
is
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I like the actor though.
Yeah, what's his name? Sam Witwicky.
Oh, was it Sam Witwicky in that?
No, that's Worthington.
That wasn't Sam Witwicky worthy. It's the dude that was RoboCop, wasn't it?
you look at me like I know.
Oh. Did you watch? Wasn't the same guy that was in RoboCop 2? No,
No.
the RoboCop remake guy.
It was Colin Farrell was in Total Recall, right?
Yeah, with Bryan Cranston.
Oh, you're right. It's Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Why do I have Sam Whitworth in my head though?
I don't know.
Wentworth,
what have you been
Witwicky.
watching?
What like Sam Witwicky? All right, that's shy. Let's just do it. LaBeouf. But
You know what? Like that dude now.
yeah, no. After what? Okay, you want to know why I fell in love with Shia LaBeouf again, or however you say his name?
Because of his holes.
That's why I was in love with him the first time.
It was right there.
It was, and underage, so going to prison. But
I don't think y'all were about the same age,
This
right?
show is not.
But no, did you watch his Hot Ones episode?
That's it. That's the same with
That's
me.
awesome.
Tell me it did not make you fall.
That was so
if
good.
you haven't watched it, so far off the Star Wars topic. Pro tip:
Oh, we got a lot to talk about. It's all right. We're good.
watch Hot Ones with Shia LaBeouf and fall in love with the
Yeah,
guy.
I mean-
respect that. And then watch Peanut Butter Falcon.
See, I haven't seen about him talking about it.
Oh my god,
It's so good.
Yeah.
That's also why I know that I want to eat beer and drink wings
since
with
you-
Idris Elba.
Since you brought it up, that's why I love Shia. That's how I fell back in love with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, that movie's amazing.
The Peanut Butter Falcon. I knew going in that he's not going to be nominated for anything. And I thought with Honey Boy, which is supposed to be is real good as well, he'd get something. Really was hoping for because he's absolutely brilliant in the Peanut Butter Falcon. It's my favorite movie last year. So
it's in mine for sure. When you watch this interview, it absolutely makes you go, I don't think that character in Peanut Butter Falcon was far like the heart that character has
Right.
was Shia LaBeouf. It's unbelievably powerful.
Yeah.
I highly recommend going.
I'd love to see that dude in the Star Wars universe somewhere.
Right.
Just work him in. I'm serious. He's got a frailty to him, but he's also ripped. Like the dude's pretty jacked. So like, let me have like somebody that means something. I can't have that in Star Wars. Can you?
Instead of stay on target, stay on anything. She is in the thing. Just do it.
Do it. I love that stuff so much.
But him talking about that in
Can't he be grown up Ezra?
Ooh,
I think Tyler Gray could be Ezra anyway.
that's not actually a bad idea.
I
But
just
you know,
wanna
he's
make
out
some
there.
money.
He's out there running from Thrawn, getting swole for Sabine.
Yeah, but he's a little bit manic. Like he's a little
or
bit.
he's getting swole for that
That new chiss.
Thrawn's Thrawn's niece or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's got it bad for the blue.
We have so many rumors to go through today that y'all gonna love this.
Welcome to the stockpile of rumors.
See, you brought this up before we recorded this trip. By the way, hi, I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty. I'm joined by our Jedi Master,
JD Virtues. Willkommen. Oh, I messed it up. I said it earlier. We apparently.
I'm going to cut this.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I'll explain that in a minute if I don't forget. And then the man who puts the man Amando.
It's close enough. I'll take it. Go Drew.
We have last week. We've got 60 downloads from the Netherlands.
Hey, shout out to the Netherlands.
I did. That was the Verwelkomen.
Oh,
Got this.
He's got
I did my
this.
research
He's
for
got it.
our word and I messed it up. I'm
yeah,
sure.
I
Sorry
know.
about my accent, guys.
We're so thankful for you guys out of the Netherlands. I'm hoping it's people, not bots, but bots I don't think normally come from the
I
Netherlands.
don't think they come from the net. That's the most honest country in the world.
Right.
Like in fact, it's on my dream list to go just to eat. It's
Yeah.
like some of the restaurants over there are outstanding.
Well, if you have a venue and you think you can get 60 people to come watch us, we might come out to the Netherlands.
Oh my God! If we go to the Netherlands for 60 people, imagine
it.
what we could do with 20 people
Right?
around the corner.
Wait a minute. I was like, I didn't know where that was going.
So let's just dive into this, right?
Yeah, I'm all in.
Because this is going to be okay. So, we're listening to the Reddits now.
No. We don't
Since when
listen.
do we- since when do we
since when do we
listen
listen
to
to the
the
Reddit?
We quote our own show, but no
That
one knows
nobody
what it
knows
is.
exists yet.
That's what we call a spoiler.
Spoilers.
So,
Doctor.
These are outstanding. Have you heard any of this stuff? You're kind of a spoiler-free individual.
I heard it. We haven't heard it yet, so no.
No, but I mean, I know what it is.
I don't.
No, this is good. Yeah, some of the stuff
Because we
isn't-
talked about Rebels Rebels
Yeah,
rumors last week.
These are controversially, I think, interesting.
Is this about Abrams and Gunn?
no, you'll enjoy this.
Okay, because
All right.
Abrams and Gunn are gone to DC.
First of all, this
Yeah.
showed up on Reddit earlier this week, and it is a leaked script, an early draft of Rise of Skywalker, originally called. I'll tell.
It's Colin Trevorrow's work.
But it's Colin Trevorrow who got story credit on.
Yep. Well, there's reasons why now.
Yeah, and so it's first of all, I will.
So you do know.
All right. So first thing,
See?
it was originally on Reddit, and so that's a grain of salt. However, most recently, AV Club has independently verified that it's legit.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of
Like
crazy.
which schools? AV Club.
Kennesaw High School.
Oh,
High
okay.
School.
Not Auburn High.
Is it the Onion?
Auburn High.
Okay.
War Eagle.
Damn right.
How about them Tigers? Which one? There's a lot of them.
One of them won, but it wasn't the right one.
orange ones.
The orange ones. The one that have the legit looking mascot, not the two that played in the national
All right, so
championships.
Can you even? What is that like? Your mom got you a Beboo fret.
Mom, can I go to the game as the mascot? Sure, honey. Let me make you a suit right quick. All I have are these giant orange silver dollars. Here's your eyes.
I mean, what is going on? That's like a holiday special bad.
Oh, nothing.
Hello, friend.
No, did you see Clemson's mascot? Holiday special bad.
Man, they don't got no money.
They got a mascot on crack. That's what they get.
They did. That line looked like it rolled out of the bushes.
No, what it is that they saw a tiger mascot on Wish, and this is what they ended up with.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And we're plugging in now.
All right.
So,
What's that vibrating I just plugged in?
You just plugged in that vibrator.
Oh, fair.
All
That
right.
joke went nowhere.
You know, kind of like the topic so far.
Whatever.
Wait, no.
We're welcoming.
So this draft, I'm just going to wait till your boys want to hear that. I can turn this podcast right around. I got another show to do after this. Turn this right around.
So what you're saying, it's me. Because the other show's with him.
Now we're done.
Oh, you disappoint your fathers. All right.
He doesn't listen. It's okay. Actually, he might.
Shout out to JD's dad.
Hey, Dad. Happy birthday.
This is how you tell him.
No, I told him. It was like Tuesday. If I hadn't told him.
It's shameless. I am a shameless marketer. Dad, I wanted to tell you happy birthday, but the only way you're going to hear it, actually,
Is if.
is if you listen to the podcast. Tell 3 friends.
My dad probably would have been like, "What's a podcast?"
That's how mine would have started.
Sounds
Mine,
like
I think, legit has listened to some.
Yeah, my dad doesn't have a clue. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole thing.
All right, Reddit rumors.
All right.
Verified now.
So,
Recapping.
Trevor-
Verified by AV Club.
How do you say this guy? Colin. His last name is what?
Trevor.
And who is this guy? What has he written that I would have, like, why is
Jurassic effing World. That's his first major movie.
Really?
That's it.
And they were like,
then
give
they
the-
gave him Star Wars. He's never done anything big.
Okay,
since
you were
that.
name dropping him like he was
No,
like
he was a big deal,
He
'cause
did
he was-
Schindler's List, and
No,
you
but
know,
he was the director of. I mean, he got episode 9 before I think even Ryan Johnson was attached. I think he was.
Yeah.
Like they gave it to him like right away.
okay.
So the draft on this is from December 16th, 2016. That's a week before Carrie Fisher's death. That's important.
Okay.
The title is Duel of the Fates, but of course that's most likely the working title. I don't think that would have lasted. But I do have an opening crawl for y'all.
Oh, I didn't know they released that. Got snuck out.
The iron grip of the First Order has spread to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Only a few scattered planets remain unoccupied. Traitorous acts are punishable by death. Determined to suffocate a growing unrest, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has silenced all communication between neighboring systems. Led by General Leia Organa, the Resistance has planned a secret mission to prevent their annihilation and forge a path to freedom. We can. I have a bunch of. I have a list here, so we can go list by one by item, or
Yeah, I think we should probably go item and circle gets a square kind of moment.
All right.
I had to finish it. Sorry. Doing the whole song.
So, opens at the Kuwait shipyards.
Wow. So right away.
Yeah.
Hey, here you go, fans.
Yeah.
Starts with BB-8 and Rose Tycho. Apparently a key character in the script. After infiltrating the Kuwait moon, where First Order builds their ships, the workers are oppressed. That's the same place where the Star Destroyers came from, the Empire.
Yeah.
There's an orbital ring and a moon below it. Finn and Poe are there. No R2 or 3PO. Rey arrives. The plan: send explosives into the power shaft that delivers raw ore into the ring. Plan goes wrong. First Order is able to contain blasts. Admiral Vaughn says resistance tactics are pitiful.
I was going to say futile.
The what now? Resistance what?
Admiral Vaughn says resistance tactics are pitiful.
Okay.
Rey, disguised as a Tusken Raider.
What?
On Quad?
Yep.
Okay, because
That's there's Jawas on other
Yeah.
planets now. Man, I'm just like, Star Wars is a new place for me.
Tatooine got popular.
Yeah.
Travel people, they're like
Maybe
hitchhiking.
it's being gentrified.
Yeah.
Like Tatooine spread it out. They're like, oh,
I would have killed for. I love Tusken Raiders. I have loved them since I was a kid. So anytime I get Tusken stuff, I'm always excited. But I would love the hell out of it.
I'm just wondering where Tusken is.
Okay.
Italy.
No, that's yeah. So
Oh, can we make Under the Tusken Sun?
Sons.
under the Tusken Suns.
I want to make that so bad.
But if like
That's a great shirt.
like how many times are they going to raid it?
as many times.
Look, it doesn't really matter. I don't know.
So I bet you they have their own, much like most indigenous people, they have like their own title for their own people. But white people come in and be like, "You're Tusken Raiders because you raided Fort Tusken and Legends," and then, "Hey, look, you live in the sand, so you must be sand people." And they're like, "No, we have no sand people. You're sand people."
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
Their actual real name is
It's got to have a little bit of vomit sound in it. You know what I mean?
Also,
Yeah.
guys, racist,
alienist,
speciesist.
That's what it is.
Rey, disguised as a Tusken Raider, is revealed to have created her own weapon, a double-bladed lightsaber hybrid of her staff and Luke's cracked saber.
Okay, so that's cool.
I would have watched the hell out of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that gets me. That's like, is that a little comic booky though?
That's fine. It should be. It's fantastical. Why do we?
I know. I'm just saying it does that tone stand too far away from?
But that
I'm asking.
So
I'm not fighting. I'm just
I
asking.
think that actually mirrors Return really well because at the very beginning of Return, Luke shows up, does his Jedi thing. First of all, uses much dark side powers on some Gamorrean guards, but we've already talked about that. Here's like, have a force choke for you, have a force choke for you. Let's roll on, and then boom, zoom, 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 zoom. He does Jedi stuff. We don't see him do.
I kind of want him to start doing the folio. I want to replace all the
the full, but we don't see his completion of his training. I mean, I know he doesn't go to Yoda to do it until Return. But, at the end of Empire, between Return, he's got experience.
Right.
So he works on what he knows. And he comes in, like at the end of
I'm with
Empire,
you.
he's not
I love
confident.
the idea that she's coming in
His
with
hand
it.
is all flopping off, and he's just like, oh, no, but Dad, you're a dick, right? Like, I mean, but... And then we see Return, and he's just walking into the belly of the beast.
Oh, no, he's calm and
going
badass.
like, sup, I'm a Jedi.
Right.
And that
He's no Jedi.
and then he's like zoom, 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 everything's dead.
That's true. There's a lot of dead aliens.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I'm not like you want to talk about speciesist. Luke kills all the species.
That's because they're all anti-Jedi.
Right.
But he's kind of like all purpose though. He's like I'm not racist. I just hate all of you.
Yeah, it's true. Or I don't hate because that's dark side. But
Sure.
But I still
Strongly
murder.
dislike
Still
you.
murder.
Yeah.
But if they did that in the Duel
Is
of
it
the
murder
Fates,
or was he
that-
just trying to feed a Sarlacc?
Oh, fair enough.
Did he know that? Well, I mean, maybe the Sarlacc is his pet.
Yeah, because he knew because 3PO translated that they'd be digested for 1,000
Yeah.
years, and I'm like, that's not really how. Okay.
But just from what you were reading, though, that would be a nice mirror. Even though everybody's like, "Oh, these movies are just like the original trilogy," but that would have been a good mirror, different, but mirror where
agree.
she's got confidence, she's got her new blade, where he had his new green blade.
Fair
and-
enough. Circle
Can I
gets
take
a
us to a
square.
tangent before we continue this?
Oh my God, no, we don't do that here, Scotty.
Yeah, I really want.
I'm gonna get us I'm gonna get us one of those debate timers.
Got a tangent before the tangent.
Pre-tangent.
I really want to go back and talk about Rise of Skywalker rumors. However, since we were talking, I just mentioned the 1,000 years. I kind of now want to do a thing where like it's people living in the Sarlacc, and it's like that's how it is.
It's a community.
I know, or not even a sitcom, but even an action thing. You do an action thing about it's not like you're trapped there. You're just you can't get out, but you have to survive here, and ultimately you're gonna get digested anyway. But so there's like a whole like sub city living in there, and
Sure.
it's like prison.
I would love it if it was more like Herman's Head. Do you remember that show?
Oh my God. So the worst thing about
Only if we can get Yeardley Smith in it.
Right, I was going to say,
I'm all for it.
and that was my worst thing. Was literally in the same week of Simpsons and Herman's Head, she referenced her other character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, weird. Was it Sweeps Week or is
Yeah,
Herman's head
probably.
really hurting?
Also, why isn't Herman's Head available streaming or on
Oh, that's because of the Illuminati.
It was because it was bad.
No.
Wow, sir. We will defend it, apparently.
Apparently. It had like
I had no clue that
Did
he
it
was
have
that
four?
passionate.
Did it have 4 seasons?
It had at least 4 seasons.
I don't remember it that well enough.
It was delightful.
Hank Azaria
It was
in
fine.
it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch almost anything. Although I haven't watched Bruckmeyer more than like 3 episodes.
Oh, I like
Brockmeyer.
I like Brockmeyer. It's funny.
I like Hank Azaria.
I do. I need to get. It's all on Hulu now. So, meanwhile,
Speaking of, I mean, I wonder if he'll reprise his role on Mad About You, which is coming back.
which is that back? It's been back.
Has it been back? What's it on?
It's on.
Lifetime.
No, some other weird
Freeform.
It's one of those. No, that would be Disney. It's one of these weird streaming.
Freeform's on Hulu.
Or yeah, but Freeform used to be the Family Channel,
Used to be ABC Family, yeah.
which used to be the Family Channel.
Really?
Yeah, and they flipped it to Freeform because they were trying to do more open world stuff.
Freeform
so it wasn't
stuff.
Just, yeah,
Well,
so
no.
they were because they
So-
have like sirens on there, and that show's creepy as crap.
Right, but see, AMC Family before it got turned into Freeform was really trying to be Disney's answer to the CW. There's CW-ish type shows.
No,
on
no, it's teeny bopper for sure.
Yeah, it's
But they started really the thing that I thought was great is they got very progressive with it. They started going a little more progressive with some of the content, and there were same sex characters and stuff like that getting into
Yep.
it.
All right, back to this, I guess.
Might as well.
All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, Ray looks awesome, and then we go. There's a battle and Poe, Finn, Rose, Ray, and BB-8 steal a freaking Star Destroyer.
Which is stupid cool to me.
Yeah.
Parentheses for those who like Legend stuff. Eclipse class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that has It has a planet killer on it, and escape.
Yeah, but so they steal a Star Destroyer. It's probably still staffed.
They just steal the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the one right off the line. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, hey, let's hit it with the champagne. Where'd it go?
Because that could have been, I mean, that's if Poe can fly. I mean, again, great character moment. Poe can fly anything, right?
Right.
That's his big thing. And it's like, imagine the gags you have setting up, like, how the hell do you fly? It's not a central cockpit. It doesn't
Right.
work that way. So suddenly, and him figuring that out could have been amazing.
That would have been. I would have done that bit with, like, because all 3 of them can fly, and so could BB-8. Rose probably could fly too, I guess, for the Rose part. We've all seen them fly stuff, but Poe's supposed to be the better pilot out of all of them without having the Force. We'll say that, but of course, it's more of the Force sense of anyway. The Force tree thing. If y'all remember the Force tree thing, y'all don't remember the Force tree thing. We'll save that for next episode.
From what?
Force Awakens had a spin-off comic from Dark Horse that was kind of the bridge the gap between Jedi and Force Awakens, and it's about Luke saving a Force tree from the Emperor's
No.
crap.
I didn't
No.
read that.
And so he saves the Force tree and he gives it to the Damerons, who plant it in their yard. And so Poe plays around with a tree, grows up with his tree, and he's now more Force. This is canon.
Yeah, but it's comics, which means I can't afford to keep up because there's so many of them.
I got you a hookup, boy.
Okay, because that's
Share the love.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I would have liked to have done the scene where like they're arguing about how they're going to fly this thing. I can fly this thing. I need more people. And it's like, I got 3. We need more people. There's BB-8. BB is like, no, I know that's not how that works. But
Yeah. I mean, I think you could have gotten a great bit out of it.
right, you can make
And just someone could have muttered the line. There's always a great spot there for I've got a bad feeling.
Got a bad feeling, yeah.
Or fly. Yes. Land. No. I would have lost my mind from that.
just fly casual.
Yeah.
I have lost my place because I pressed a button wrong. Read more. All right, where was I? All right, so I like placeholder names for ships because this is what truly this is. The Knife 9,
Oh, boy.
a ship containing the Knights of Ren, arrive on Kuat. Atasca, question mark. Ren, which is, I guess, one of the knights, kills Admiral Vaughn for his failure. Cut to Coruscant.
Well, suddenly in that
All
alone,
of a sudden,
they actually have a purpose.
they are important.
Yeah.
Oh, they do something, right? They,
Yeah.
They have a purpose.
They don't.
They
do
are
anything.
not a.
They don't do anything. God,
No.
why, they look cool. Why don't you do something cool? What is with Star Wars having cool looking people? Like, don't do
Time.
Don't Don't do anything with that. Then don't make them look cool.
Why,
I'm looking at you,
why
Boba
would
Fett.
Kylo Ren have 4 Joe Dirts behind him?
I'd watch
Just-
that.
I mean,
I'd watch that.
I don't know why. I don't know because his character in that Steven Soderbergh movie where what's the one where his brother is Channing Tatum,
The Lucky Logan.
Lucky Logan or whatever.
Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky. If you took that version of Kylo Ren and you had 13 Joe Dirts behind him, I'd be all
I
in.
could just see Kylo just like murdering the console like he does in A Force Awakens. Four dangs behind him.
It'd be gold.
Just trying to explain what firecrackers they need to get.
What kind of saber's that? Is that a whipsy doodle?
You trying to tell me in this part of the galaxy we don't have
Whisker do's and whisker don'ts?
Husker do's and Husker don'ts?
I don't know.
Because Husker do's a band. That's why the joke's funny.
Oh.
So cut to Coruscant. No longer a vibrant city. New structures are built atop the Art Deco structures of the Old Republic. They're occupied by the First Order now. They have a citadel/palace there.
Of course they do.
Citizens are scavengers now. Hux is now Chancellor Hux.
Great. So they saved his character, like redeemed.
Yeah.
And is addressing Biskova, traitor who helped Resistance steal the Star Destroyer. Kova is executed with a light blade guillotine. I'd watch that all day long.
Yeah, see, this is all like fun stuff.
We like guillotines. They're fun. Ask the French.
So now there's space French, though.
Yep.
That proves the existence of space France.
Yep. We got Space
And also that space France had La Resistance.
Hux and Commander
Oui,
Hux and Commander Salek have a meeting with several alien warlords, an ode to the A New Hope Imperial Council scene. First Order has allies. The First Order has allies. They're aware of Rey being the last Jedi. Council wants to know, where is Kylo Ren? He is missing. Hux only knows that he's gone searching for something of great power. Cut to Mustafar. Kylo Ren is alone except for a Darth Maul-esque droid. He has stubble, indicating search has been going on for a long time. Ren is being haunted by Luke's Force Ghost. I love the idea of Luke's Force Ghost haunting him.
Yeah.
100%. It's brilliant.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you here? This is my dad's place. Go on.
Yeah.
Or even, hey, what are you doing? Why are you here?
Why are you
You should go over there. It's not safe.
Come back to the light side. We got cookies.
Dark side didn't have good cookies. You need the good light side cookies.
we have vanilla, strawberry,
Creme de menthe.
I wonder if he can interact. Do you think at that point, like Luke's Force Ghost would just like move stuff? Like you reach for a door, you're not really paying attention. He just like holds it. You walk into it. Is he doing like prank shit?
Oh, I think he would be.
I would if I was a Force Ghost.
Luke from I know you just blacked out, but you didn't hear me say
Yeah.
Luke from that, it would absolutely like, Kylo, you're being a dick.
Yeah.
But to have fun with my eternity, right? Like,
So Luke is all talking to Kylo. Say that this is where a dark path leads in an empty tomb. Kylo retorts, "Where did your path lead?"
Interesting.
That's true. That's like, shut up, old man. Okay, Boomer.
yeah, I was going to say that's the Star Wars version of OK Boomer.
Where did your path lead? That's what I want to change it to. What did your path lead?
Yeah.
Get Boomers mad at me. Luke is trying to convince him to go back to Leia. Kylo, I am going to be more powerful than any Jedi, even you. In Vader's temple, Kylo finds a Sith holocron, which reveals a hologram of Palpatine. Recording is for Vader. Palpatine has a contingency for Vader if Luke kills him. Vader just take Luke to the Ramacor ? System to see Tor Valum, master of Sith and Palpatine's teacher.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. They're going down the pipeline of.
But wouldn't Plagueis be his teacher?
No, they've never said that. That's never been canon.
That he was the one, but
Yeah.
didn't he say he killed Plagueis?
No, he said Plagueis was killed by his apprentice, and that's all he says.
Oh, okay.
And it's a double speak that
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
It
I'm with you.
implied- it always sounds like it's
implied.
implied.
I've always thought it was Plagueis too. And in Legends, there was a novel right before the switchover happened
Yeah.
about Palpatine. And that's what happens. Is Plagueis is his master. So,
Gotcha.
JD flips the switch.
Flip it.
Flip it good.
Not that they will know what that means, but
Probably
Right.
not.
Oop! I just hit that with my shirt.
I don't know.
Hopefully, it didn't sound too.
After
was more
scanning Kylo, the hologram explodes and releases red lightning, which burns Kylo, who screams just like that. Anyway,
But shirtless all of a sudden.
Yeah.
because he's swole.
Because he's swole.
Oh, my nipples.
Cut to the Resistance base on Kor Alaf? Question mark. All the names have all the question marks. And I love it. Leia is introduced as she is feels what's happening to Ben. Chewbacca and Lieutenant Connix tell Leia that the Quad System team is back. They're shocked to see a Star Destroyer, which lands onto the planet. A funny moment with Rey using mind trips on First Order officers who are still on the ship. So that it must be.
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
Rey confides in Finn that she doesn't feel like she has what it takes to be a Jedi and can live up to everyone's expectations. I was like, didn't you just mind? Anyway.
Yeah.
Finn asked her if she still senses Kylo. Rey confesses she has been having nightmares. Finn asks if it is Kylo. Rey says she can't explain their connection. Finn says you have to shut him out. He can't change. It's too late. Rey says it's never too late to change. You taught me that, Finn. Resistance realized that the Star Destroyer still has most of its weapons, tanks, ties, etc. Only missing piece is the army to use it. So they're armed to the teeth.
Listen, that's fantastic to me that they suddenly are using, like, maybe we get to see guerrilla walkers and in Rebel Control.
Yeah.
Right, it's like, oh, we got stuff, we just don't have a way to use it. Rey searches the Jedi text from Mach 2, discovers that under Coruscant Jedi Temple, under the Coruscant Jedi Temple, there's a communication system called a Force Beacon, which technically we saw in Episode 3, from the Old Republic that can send a signal to 50 planets. They plan on using it to get to allies. First Order can't stop the signal. Can't stop the signal, Mal, because it penetrates the Imperial tech. Rey says hope is all we have left. Force Ghost Luke appears as Rey trains. Luke is pushing Rey to get stronger in the Force while he is pushing Kylo to let Ben out.
Already better.
Who
Like,
let the Ben out? Sorry.
Knights of Ren.
oh, man. Wow.
Kylo makes it back to Coruscant. Face is damaged. Mandalorian armor is smelted and is being applied to his face. I guess Dr. Doom style. He confronts Hux and belittles him, saying he doesn't need titles. Chancellor Tug. He's like, no, we don't need titles. Oh, whatever. Rey to Luke.
It's kind of funny, though, if you think about it, because that's all Hux has been chasing.
Yeah.
And then Kylo Ren, instead of him tearing him down in a stupid way
Yeah.
and belittling, he like, oh, no, we don't need titles anymore. We're getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Change my mind. You don't have one anymore.
Psych.
So, like, it's like, what do I have? What does Hux have? Nothing.
I think this is my favorite thing in the entire spoiler thing. The entire rumor. As Rey is training, Rey to Luke as they train, balance. The dark suffocates the light extinguishes the dark over and over and over again. How is that balance in the Force? Ooh, wish that line was in the movie.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm kind of with you on that one, Rey. Luke says, I know that anger. My father had it too. Rey says, so says my master and his master before him, and thousands of masters so eager to tell us how to live. Go, Rey. Be sassy. Rest of exchange between Rey and Luke is basically Rey trying to back away from being a Jedi. She admits that she is no one, and Luke trying to convince her, yeah, no, you're someone. He says that the Force is speaking to her. Back to Kylo. He and Hux are continue to snipe at each other. Because they're secretly in love. Come on, let's admit it. Kylo says he's leaving again, but not before telling Hux the power he discovered will make destroying planets insignificant. Which makes sense because Vader said that about the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Kylo last ordered to Hux is find the Resistance, wipe them out, and leave the girl to me. Team A. Rose, Finn, R2, 3PO. Going to Coruscant to light the beacon. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Team B. Rey, Poe, Chewbacca going to a planet to find someone to help Rey figure out what she needs to. Side. Yep, that's the description. It's that vague.
It's funny.
First draft, man. She's like, we'll get to it. We're going to do this thing. All right, cool. Kylo is going to a Sith planet, or the Sith planet / Ramakor. Before he leaves Coruscant, he takes Vader's mask and says he understands Vader now. Kylo, you allowed love to cloud your judgment, and he throws Vader's mask off a balcony and it shatters. Self-punishment. I like that. Flagellation.
Mm-hmm.
Leia stays at the base overseeing the Resistance. Before Rey leaves, she and Leia have an exchange where Rey says she believes that they're still good in Kylo. Leia's skeptical, but Rey believes in their Jedi training. Leia, you're not like my father or my brother. You're new. Whatever happens, remember the Force chose you, Rey. Your story isn't written by anyone else. Oh, this stuff makes sense. Force Order treks down the stolen Star Destroyer to Koroloff. Resistance escapes. Team A successfully infiltrates the Jedi Temple, turns on the beacon, cut to several scenes around the galaxy receiving the signal. There's a boss cameo in this. I guess he liked boss. It is then cut off by the First Order. Team A then flee into the underbelly of Coruscant.
Wow. Which is fun to me.
Yeah. Team B, they would run into Mace Windu, but that's another story.
And death sticks. Don't forget the death sticks.
Death sticks.
You want to buy a death stick? No, I don't want to buy a death stick. You wanna
No,
go
mouse. Go back to the Matrix.
Right. Thank you. Team B are being pursued by the Knife 9. Knights Errant ship, just to remind you how stupid that is. Placeholder. And eventually reach, I've had dumb placeholders too, so I don't, whatever. And eventually reach the planet Bonadan? ? Kylo reaches Ramakor and confronts Top Volum, who is 7,000 years old, alien of unknown origins, spindly, intense, sinewy muscles, very Lovecraftian. I want to watch that. Kylo begins training with Valum, ode to Empire Strikes Back cave scene. Kylo fights Vader. Fight is brutal. Kylo loses.
Brilliant.
Wow.
George Lucas has talked about the poetry of Star Wars, and I think a lot of the poetry kind of got lost in the gags.
Yeah.
There's a poetry of what you want. This follows poetry.
I think Trevenant has written something that actually is a love letter. It's more of it's a Star Wars fan writing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Poe takes Rey on Bonadan. Poe takes Rey to a seer who can pull information out of memories. The seer pulls a star chart out of Rey's mind from her visions with Kylo. Knights Errant show up and fight Rey in a lightsaber battle. She defeats them, and Team B escapes. Both Rey and Kylo eventually get to Mortis. That's where they end up going to, I suppose.
It's my Sith guy from when my Jedi went Darth Mortis.
Mortis.
Leia asks Lando...
Rick and Mortis.
Rick and Mortis. I would watch that. Leia asks Lando if he will organize the smugglers and fight the First Order.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been. Anyway, Rose is captured and tortured by the First Order, but is able to escape. Finn, R2, 3PO start a citizens' uprising on Coruscant around the First Order's Citadel Palace. Leia brings her forces to Coruscant to battle the First Order. Massive space battle.
There's what I wanted to hear.
Your massive space battle, your massive ground battle.
What I want.
Ground battle, Return of the Jedi style. You know how it works. Chewie flies an X-Wing.
What?
Yep. Prepare them chubbies. I knew that one. Someone told me that. I would lose my...
How would he... he's too tall.
You don't know that.
I do. I'm pretty sure it's canon how big a cockpit of an X-wing is. Hold on.
Probably is, but he probably squinch in there.
All right, that's fine. I'm not gonna fight it.
Maybe he wrote X-wing and eventually we ended up with a B-wing or something that made more sense.
Rey and Kylo battle on Mortis using Force energy. They can pull
Maybe
from
he
each
pushes
other.
his feet through the floor. They're like sticking out. And it's just...
At some point, it's revealed that Kylo killed Rey's parents, and at the behest of Snoke. Toward the end, Luke, Obi-Wan, Yoda appear as Force ghosts to save Ben, but are unsuccessful. Ben is extinguished.
Wow.
And so the rest of it's just literally summarized like this. Just for housekeeping's sake, the Resistance wins, and the First Order loses. And then one final detail: Han Solo did appear in the script at some point to confront Kylo.
Huh.
It's a lot to unpack.
It's a ton done. But see, the stuff I had picked up on is like little bits. I didn't know the big arc. To me, much more of a story that meant something and made the galaxy important again. I felt like this trilogy went individual, which Star Wars did too, but there was always the stakes of the galaxy.
Right.
the new trilogy never really went. It always stayed individual, and I never really felt like there were stakes in the galaxy, because the burning questions we had were who were Rey's parents.
Yeah.
I don't see why that's important when all of 7 planets or 9 planets or how many planets just got blown up. I mean, no one seemed to talk about it.
Yeah.
And they did make it feel that way, at least in Star Wars, the things that happened.
But
I'm not talking about grief.
no. But I'm talking about, it's a very Star Wars thing to do. So it's like we blow up planets and they don't care. And so you're right. They should have been. Watching Star Wars, I always knew the galaxy was at stake because they really pushed up the rebellion versus the Empire. And this, even when they start out with who our clear enemy is, our good guys are in turmoil because the good guys don't believe that the bad guys exist.
Yeah.
And so Leia has to form G.I. Joe to go, save the day. And so when we start watching this movie, we're already at a misstep, and in which we shouldn't have been, because we know the world. And so throwing this for a loop,
well, it's as if like last week's discussion about forgetting that the Jedis existed over 30. It's as if for us we forgot that. I don't know. It's the same problem with the space battle issue for me. Is that those big. We make the joke. I think y'all made it last week, but like it is still wars.
Yeah.
And I need that battle, and I need that grounded pound. I need that cool looking stuff like that. Like that stuff that's what keeps me interested in Star Wars. Characters, yes, but I need those characters doing something aside from being mopey and being on a ship. And don't get me wrong, there's some great bits in the new 2 movies.
man, I hope they finish that trilogy soon.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
It's weird they jumped 8 though.
Yeah, that's all right.
They just misnumbered it.
Yeah,
Roman numerals are tough.
7, 8, 9.
The Roman numerals are tough. Just ask Liv.
7, 8, 9. That's a dad joke and a half.
What do you want me to do there? Dad Fortuna.
He's no Jedi. They want to go.
Don't want to go.
So what are your thoughts?
I don't know. That would have been cool to watch. I was just listening because it was my first time hearing it.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's dense stuff.
It's not perfect.
But there's no Palpatine that we know of.
Well, the message, but
Yeah, he was in the holocron.
he's not. But it makes Battlefront 2's Cinder way more important.
right, makes Cinder more
God.
interesting. And so, at the end of the day, we got what we got, and we didn't get what we were supposed to get, because that's not we didn't get JJ's vision. We got Disney's vision, which bothers me. The more I think about it, the more I'm bothered by that. And other studios do that, but I'm like, this is Star Wars, and Star Wars is kind of sacred, and it is, because George put his heart and soul into it and made sure while he didn't do the edits, he was there.
Oh, well, going back, if you consider the fact that if you think about George Lucas as an independent filmmaker who basically was an auteur in a lot of ways without being a jerk about it, and then let other directors be that way, he let Irvin do his thing.
Right.
He let them make their cut. I'm sure there was notes on the bottom end of it at the end of the day, but they were always independent films. They were always self-financed.
Yeah, all 6.
All of them. All 6, yeah. Until a studio got it. And once a studio got it, they couldn't handle it because they made the one mistake. And then when they allegedly gave somebody an opportunity to run with it, they didn't step in and protect the property, allegedly. I'm talking about the one that doesn't exist.
Right, but
they just didn't protect it. JJ went down one path and they just didn't protect it on the back. And then here we are in the third, and they're like, yeah, whatever, we're just going to do it. And then they're afraid of the stupid Phantom Menace people and the backlash on the internet. So maybe Rose had a better arc and they cut it out. If that 30-minute rumor is true as well, then there's more story for her.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of pieces that they backed. I mean, who does that? Someone who's afraid.
And I don't know why you have to be afraid when you have all the money, right? You've already got all the money. Disney has all the money.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, I know they need money to keep everything going, but they don't need more money. They just need to maintain making money.
Well, this is a product Star Wars for the first time was made by shareholders.
Right. And so that's why I was like, be brave. That's what got Disney where it is, was being brave. doing things that nobody did. You know, creating technology that ILM is now, you know, not that they are now doing, but like as well. But like, you know, animation was not what it was till Disney did it.
No,
you know,
it's true.
this thing wasn't this till Disney did it. This thing wasn't this until Disney did it. And now they're scared to do something brave with Star Wars because they don't want to piss people off. Just do it. I mean, you have people complaining and bitching no matter what you do.
Right.
So how, and you're closer to this than I am because you've worked in the industry and you know how this works.
Right.
How much do you think this is Lucasfilm and how much is this is Disney on top of it? Because Lucasfilm still is its own company. Disney is writing checks.
It is probably so there's probably 3 cuts that actually exist. And I believe we saw the Disney cut. I believe what we had was the JJ cut. You always get a director's cut. It's mandated by DGA rules, right? So
Right.
he gets his cut.
And
It's
this is why Drew is on the show.
3 hours and 20 minutes. There's also a whole thing about story credits, which we can talk about in a bit. But so the DGA requires it. So he gets his cut made. And it's not a finished cut, right? But it's at least to tell the story. At which point, I think Lucasfilm probably came in and tweaked that slightly to say, okay, we got, because some of it's going to be FX-driven decision-making.
Right.
There could have been something that's like, ooh, that's going to be way too
And
far.
some of it could be time because
And could be time.
'Cause it's
And be
a
like,
little
hey, we have a
lengthy.
delivery contract of this, and we only have this much money for it. I mean, you got to think, those VFX are per minute or
Right.
per second, really.
Wow.
And then you're going to have a Disney cut on top of it, which is a studio saying, nah, these are all the things we want, because they're just looking at straight, I guarantee, marketing numbers at that point. I believe what we saw, despite my distrust and distaste for Kathleen Kennedy in the seat she's currently in, I just don't think she's right for that spot. Fantastic producer otherwise. I think what we're seeing is the Disney edit, where the studio came along and said they chopped what Lucasfilm chopped, and that's what we're left with. Because
Yeah.
JJ's first cut was probably his first cut. If they're saying the JJ cut is what, 3 hours and 2 minutes or something?
yeah, it's a little over 3.
I guarantee you his first edit was 3.5, right? And then he trimmed that back because there's always extra subtext that you don't need,
Yeah.
or shots that you don't need. So I don't know. That would be my theory.
So I'm going to take this further because we can. How far back does this hand reach? So does this hand and the hand of Disney reach back to the beginning of this conversation? Like, we're going to do Star Wars again. So how do we do Star Wars again? Do we make Star Wars by committee? And because that's what they're doing. They're making Star Wars by committee.
Yeah.
And
Shareholder.
So, yeah. Are we going to listen to what's going to sell, or are we going to tell a story? Does this start from the very beginning? Well, I mean, we don't know. It's just
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
think
an interesting conversation because here's the problem, though, is that look at Marvel. Like Disney did, as far as we know, right? Disney didn't go in and monkey with Marvel much.
Right.
And Marvel is the cash-making machine for them. Like, if you look at it from a consistent basis, Marvel movies make them money.
Right.
Whereas Star Wars films don't always make them money.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, though. Star Wars doesn't have a Kevin Feige. Kathleen Kennedy's kind of that role, but
She's supposed to be.
but Kevin Feige's not running the studio, but he's in charge of the films. He's not running the studio, right?
Yeah, but he's in charge of Marvel Studios.
No, he's like the president of Marvel
Okay.
Studios.
So
now.
he's in charge of, and then under him is a great team. But he had a vision for that. It's any business, right?
Right.
The president of any company should have a vision.
Right.
I don't think she has a vision at all. Sorry,
That's
I saw this
fair.
unplugged and freaked out for some reason. I just don't think she has a vision at all, and therefore that's why we're not getting anything out of it.
It's difficult for me to talk about this too because I've been really. I feel like I'm falling. Like I don't want to fall to the dark side of the fandom menace. I start to understand some of their arguments.
Oh yeah, no, it's easy.
Some of the, I'm like, look, the I hate women stuff. It's stupid. I don't.
It's dumb. Doesn't make any sense.
But some of those arguments, but it's like, yeah, but in that, if you get through that bullshit, there's like, okay, that argument makes sense.
No, because there's a dark side. There's truth. There's absolute truth in their
I'm being
statements.
seduced.
Well, look, I'm the same way. And pre all this stuff, I watched all this stuff. Like, I watched all these Fandom Menace videos because it was fascinating to me that, again, removing the major topics of women, blah, all the dumb crap that they're into.
Yeah.
You pull that stuff away, and then you start getting to their other points, and their other points are like, oh, that's pretty valid. That's a good point. you're correct in that. And it's a laundry list of stuff, some of which we've talked about on here. A lot of it, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy's a major figure for they're targeting her. And it's not because it's a woman. They're targeting her because they believe as fans that she is the wrong person to be helming something they love so dear. Yet, I've seen very few of them ever say anything like what we've said, which is like, just put Filoni in the spot. Like we've got it. If they came to us and said, all right, you three idiots on this podcast, my Star Wars Life podcast, you now to get to determine the fate of Star Wars, Scotty would find himself a job real quick.
Yeah, I saw 3 jobs. Then we'd hire Filoni.
But I'd put Filoni in the seat.
Right.
I'd never, no argument.
Filoni, Favreau.
I would.
Favreau just as an attaché.
I would take Kathleen Kennedy's job.
Yep.
I would run Lucasfilm. I'm good because I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm a producer enough to
you
do,
are that.
I can do that. So you guys
But
would have
then
more.
would you hire Filoni to be kind of like the dude in charge of everything else?
Yeah, of course.
Story beyond.
He's handpicked by Lucas.
Because even Pablo, where's Pablo in all this stuff? He's supposed to be the guy that's like head of story group.
No. He's not head of story group. He's a member of the story group.
Oh.
So he's not head of it. So Pablo was this vocal member of the vocal cog of the machine. Basically, he's no longer vocal anymore. He's been run off Twitter. He's on Twitter, but he's like it's all blocked, so you can't. I miss Pablo Hidalgo's tweets because he was a big Transformers fan. He drew Transformers, and he talked about weird old 80s TV shows that I liked, and then I just hated that the fans just like hounded him. Now they've got Matt Martin to worry about. Matt hasn't closed his Twitter yet, but he will one day because that's what happens. The Phantom Menace will go target him and mess with him in the story group. The rest of the story group's all quiet, which it should be. The story group should be like this mysterious, cabal of things.
It should be the Knights of Ren.
Right.
We don't ever know anything about them.
No, it's right.
But they should do something. Unlike the Knights of Ren.
Hey, there may be a novel.
Oh,
That's
God.
true. That's true. The Knights of Ren are doing something. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to probably tomorrow. But there's a new Origin Kylo Ren story comic out. That follows young Ben and his and the Knights of Ren are all over it. So
Cool.
like Luke's whooping ass on the Knights of Ren. I've seen some art with. That said, speaking of comics, real quick, the new Marvel Star Wars is really really good.
That's what I've heard.
It picks up literally on the Falcon after Empire Strikes Back. So Luke still doesn't have a hand.
Yeah.
Leia's yelling at Lando for what he did. I mean, like that car. Like we all thought they were like, they rescued and they were friends.
Right.
No. Chewbacca tries to kill him again. It's like Lando's like, look. I had to do this for my people, and they're like, whatever, Lando. It's great. I've read the first issue and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
It's so
I'll have to check that out.
So
good.
it's sort of taking over where Shadows.
Yeah,
You think it'll take over the Shadows of the Empire?
It's basically trying
That
to make
time frame?
that time frame. I mean,
Okay.
literally, it's like.
I mean, I get that it butts right up, but
Right, and Poe Dameron's parents are in it,
yeah.
and that's pretty awesome.
Jess Pava.
And
Maybe we'll get a
and his dad.
Shadows was
Isn't Jess Pava
Outlander.
his mom?
No, she's a whatever.
She's the pilot that flies with him.
She's Green 3, whatever she is. Her A-wing.
Oh,
is
yeah,
Green,
yeah,
She's
yeah.
Green 3, whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is. Can't think of her name off the top of my head.
Who's is it? It's not Kyle Katarn. Who's from who's
Dash
from
Rendar.
Dash Rendar.
Dash.
There we go.
Dash. Who
I knew it was
should?
the
And
Outlander,
Lobot.
yeah.
Not Lobot. What was his
Oh.
bot? Crap.
Oh, that's right. He had a robot.
Crap. I
Love
can't remember it.
something.
Maybe they'll work him in. Maybe we'll get lucky.
We talked about it when I hadn't game on the Mandalorian. Would be perfect.
We need Ryan Reynolds in Star Wars.
Just straight dripping with sarcasm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be all over it. I'm all over that.
Just Ryan Reynolds is a Han Solo type. Just yeah, I'm all into it. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, so much. What else is there? Ryan Johnson still says that there's a Star Wars for him.
I mean, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say, nothing I can do to
Have you seen Knives Out?
No, Herod's fantastic.
It better.
It's
I don't
good.
know. I think he'll be fine if he doesn't have to play nice with others.
I don't think he tells Star Wars type stories. I've never seen any of his films hold up from a narrative structure standpoint. He tells fantastic character stories.
But
Star-
can Star Wars have a fantastic character story?
No, I don't think it can.
You can't do it, and then there were none type story in Star Wars.
No, it doesn't work. It's a scope issue. I think going into it, your brain is in that space. You can't do a character story in Marvel now. Like, we're stuck with what it is. Like, you can't.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you, and we'll put some evidence to you. Ready?
Okay.
The Mandalorian.
Nope, still bigger scope.
No,
and
it's
it's
not.
episodic.
It doesn't, but it's,
Episodic changes a lot of stuff.
it's still small scope. It's not a large wide scope. We don't care about the rest of the galaxy. We just care about him and
but
Kevin.
it's episodic.
Yes, I win.
No, we've discussed this on this show. I have allowed you to call him Kevin. Other show, he's not.
But it's episodic, and that's a huge deal versus movie. TV's allowed to feel small and go that direction. I would never argue that ever. It just can't. It's not the same scope. It's not the same scale.
I'm just saying you could use that. I mean, not doing that story, but Star Wars, you could do a small story. Star Wars.
I just don't know if 2 hours is a feature.
I would totally watch 2 hours of a Misery style with a Sith having captured a Jedi.
I don't know if I could do 2 hours.
Maybe not 2 hours, but that, I mean, you could do something like that.
I don't know. I just don't think. I think the problem is it's beyond. As fans, yes, sure, because it's new Star Wars and I'm all in.
Right.
But as moviegoers, I think people will be like, that was kind of weird.
It didn't need lightsabers.
Yeah. Like, first question, where's the lightsabers?
Yeah.
I remember when Rogue One was out, and they literally had press junket stuff pushing the fact that it's like there's no lightsabers. Like, they pushed the identity across.
No, they did that too. But however, there was lightsabers in that, but the lightsabers in there were not in the original two drafts they shot
Right,
with.
right.
The two drafts they shot with, because the arguably the best scene in the movie was an afterthought.
Oh yeah, big time.
They were like,
when they screened it, and the people came out and was like, man, there was no lightsabers.
Somebody was
Guarantee it.
Somebody was like, we need to put Vader in, because it was in the editing when they were like, and they went scrambled and shot that together.
Yeah, because it doesn't actually make sense in the context of the movie. You don't necessarily need it.
No, but
it's so
cool,
great.
Just like it's the best junk food. You're like, yes, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. I liked it.
Like what?
It was good.
No,
That scene.
Oh, I did loved
Yeah.
it. Loved it. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just like,
No.
it's perfect. That's
Yeah.
great. Again, back to Rebels. What I liked about that was we got to see Vader kick ass, like
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
And so he fought in the old roboted man. It was David Prowse, and they didn't have the cool ninjas teaching people to do stuff nowadays.
It's that same thing of, we get the fact that Vader is the scariest thing in the galaxy, right?
Yep.
Everybody's afraid of him.
Right.
And we see him do like 3-inch movements with a stick.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to fear us. No, yeah, he force chokes his own buddy, because of his lack of faith, and all this stuff. But if you butt that's my favorite word. That's my word of the episode, butting in. If you butt in the end of Rogue One into the beginning of A New Hope, then he's got moves.
It was fantastic.
Like, and it wasn't even the lightsaber moves. The force pull of the trooper up to the ceiling and
he's a
just let him
monster.
fall. I'm like, oh god.
But here we have maybe the most recognizable villain, maybe, on the planet.
Right.
Right? And he's never really done anything that villainous
Yeah.
in movie terms.
Right.
Like, it's just all in your head. Like, they just leave it.
I think AFI's getting, if not number one, it's real up there.
Yeah, he was number one.
I think
He was number one. I don't know if he still is. Voldemort maybe jumped him.
No,
but-
I'm just talking about the AFI list, because I think
Yeah.
Corion's number one.
Oh, did he?
They,
Last time I saw an AFI list was like in the 90s. I know they updated every once in a
No,
while.
the last film list was 07. But anyway, I'll research for next episode.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, then I'll put my phone down
We'll talk about it next
and not
episode.
have instant gratification.
We can wait.
Maybe we should do it. Maybe it's time for a rank episode. Maybe we should do a ranking. Top,
I mean, half
top
of
three.
these are kind of rank, but whatever.
Yeah, that's true too.
What do you want to rank?
I don't know. Top 3 villains. Your favorite villains. Make your arguments. Like, who should be number 1? Who's the best villain in Star Wars?
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I'm just coming up with something so that it gives us a little homework. Come back and you make your pitch, and then we play Circle Gets a Square.
Okay, let's do. See,
Plus, people will learn stuff. Guys like me, you guys are going to go deep cut on my ass, right? You're going to go way deep canon. And I'll be like, well, I got Darth Vader, I got Admiral Thrawn, and I got Admiral Piet.
First of all, Grand Admiral Thrawn is getting
First of all,
First of all,
Yeah.
he's the Grand
you
Admiral.
can't have his
But
commission.
please note, I didn't put a single female into that because they have no place in
his
Star
commission.
Wars.
He is Grand Admiral. He's the only alien to make it that high.
I can't think of her name, but I'm gonna put the Dathomir witch from like the Ewoks movies from Battle Endor,
Oh boy.
who can turn into
Dala,
a bird.
Admiral Dala.
She's gonna be at Pensacon. I'm getting a card. I'm having
Admiral
a card.
Dala is?
No, the
But those aren't canon, right?
no, womp womp.
which is a shame. Like, okay, so
They're really grim.
they are. So I don't understand. I 100% support and understand why the holiday special is not canon. I get it
Right.
because it's ridiculous. Right? However, the two Ewoks movies, they're Lucas made, and not like begrudgingly. Like Lucas was really into making them.
But they're also small stories.
Right, but
And that's my problem.
the
Caravan with Courage was amazing. So
and so Mace, the brother, is going to be at Pensacon. The Dathomir witch chick, who I cannot think of her name, is going to be the evil bad guy from Battle, and Wilford Brimley. So I'm getting 4 cards signed.
Wait, Wilford Brimley's going to be at Pensacon?
Yeah, of course he is. You can get thing stuff signed.
Can
Can
I
you get oatmeal signed?
I want the cat
Yes.
that does him that I shared again today on Facebook. Have you seen the cat that does
No.
the? Oh my god!
I just want the SNL skit of John Goodman talking about getting off a horse, rolling onto a smaller horse, onto a large dog, hiding his food boner. It's brilliant. No, I love. Yeah.
It should be canon because it doesn't. It's a story that happens after Jedi
Just press play.
or between Jedi. I don't know. No, I think it's between Jedi. Oh, I haven't seen this one.
If you don't go find this on the internet, it's a cat that says diabetes and looks just
If I can
like
find it, I'll
Wilford
throw it.
Brimley.
If I can find it, I'll put it in the
It's
show
on
notes.
my Facebook page.
I'll see if I can. I'll put it in the
We're
show
gonna put it
notes.
in the show notes. It's worth watching.
Every
Usually-
time it
'cause
comes
you-
across
'cause
my
I'm
feed,
also
I
put the
share
ring
it.
We're listing the show notes. Before we go, other people are trying to make a Star Wars movie. Taika.
Yeah, I heard that. As long as it's not a Mandalorian-based Star Wars movie, I'm 100%
Who?
behind
What?
it. Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah. I thought you said Tycho, and I was like,
Said
wait,
Taika.
Rose Tycho?
it's Tico. Tycho Selchu is the A-wing that flies down with Wedge into the second Death Star.
Yeah.
That's his second in command.
He's the guy that crashes into the...
Nope.
No? Who's that guy?
I don't remember his name, but he actually has a medal named after him. Tycho Selchu was Wedge's number 2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he actually, if you see the end after they blow up the center of the Death Star 2, it's
A-wing?
the Falcon, it's the A-wing, and it's
So he's
the X-wing.
he's Green Leader.
He's Green Leader.
Okay, gotcha.
That's Tycho. She's Rose Tico, and that's
it's,
Tycho.
It's Tyco and Tico.
So this is a great bookend to the show because we started with all the play on Gundams, and now we can play all the play on Tychos.
There we go.
We should do it in a tiki hut though,
I'm all about it. Gun damn tiki hut.
just not torches because those are bad.
I think that's all I got. That's all I got. I don't got anything else. I'm good.
I killed him.
This is Scotty saying this is our. No, it's not.
I'm a modern major. I'm a modern major general.
We're done.
I literally forgot my tagline. And I'll never forget my tagline.
It's on your nameplate. No, that's your name.
Shocking that.
This is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours. And may the force be with you.
I knew you were going to say that.
I have spoken.
Thank you for listening to the Mobcast Network.